My name is Jose Ruben Vasquez. I'm 24 years old, and I graduated high school almost 7 years ago with the class of 2010. I grounded my undergraduate studies and initial career in childhood psychology, and I worked in early child care for 2 years. At first, I was an assistant. I loved learning from the other teachers and playing with the kids. I loved reading with them. I've always wanted to work with kids and work in the field of education because I have a lot to give back after my unique experiences in my own childhood. Now that I'm wrapping up my undergraduate studies at the University of Massachusetts in Boston, my focus has really taken a turn from early childhood development to management and marketing. I've always been really interested in the operations that go behind the scenes in a business. For example, how a company, a store, a product, an entrepreneur sells their idea or finds their target market. That's always been something that fascinated me. So I changed my major. After 2 years of working with kids, now I work for myself, and I'm working with artists around Boston to help them manage their brand, whether it's developing a website or helping other artists through the video editing process to create high quality content for their social media channels. I really love what I do. I've come a long way. In the past 5 years living in Boston, I think we've all come a long way. A lot of us have become hard-working individuals, working daily to transform areas of our lives that a lot of us have been told we'd never change. Some of us have worked harder than others. What do you want to be when you grow up? We're asked this question our whole lives. It's a cliche that I'm now the one prosing on about it, but I find myself continually asking this query as of late. Many of my friends, past time and current, have already begun what might be their lifelong careers years ago, and tonight I'm proud to be in each of their lives as I edit this video. Their dedication and commitment to their work drives others like myself to move forward. I think that's what it's really all about. Having the privilege to do what you love to do, it's not something that we all have the opportunity to do in our lifetime. And for that, I'm very grateful that I can be here saying that I'm editing videos, that I'm working with artists across the city of Boston. I don't go out much, but when I do, I try to make the best out of my time. I take my camera with me wherever I go. I film a lot of scenes around Boston. Sometimes it's candid photography, other times it's just capturing the very essence of life in Boston. Boston has given me the opportunity to transform my life, to become the young man that I've always wanted to be, an educated young man. I've made a lot of mistakes along the way, and I think that we all have, but the important part is that we learn from our mistakes, that we continually seek growth and development so we can begin to understand ourselves a little bit better and use that knowledge to put higher energy, higher vibrations out into the universe and the world around us. My answer to this original platitude isn't simple. What do I want to be when I grow up? What do you want to be? How would you answer this question? As for me, and probably for you, there's a lot of ways that you or I would answer this question. I want to be happy, healthy, successful, at peace with, and closer to my family, hardworking, honest, kind, fortunate, and generous. Then there's the things that we want to do and we decide to do with our time. Those things are separate from just being. When some of my friends ask me how I make time to do all the things that I do, I say to myself, I think I'm awful at managing my time. What is this person talking about? It's the reason why I haven't seen you in 8 months and I can't remember the last song or dance we shared together. Before arriving to Boston, I never once thought I'd be a filmmaker using state-of-the-art video production software. I never realized how easy it can be to work hard at something that you really want to do with yourself. So I worked hard at a number of things. We all did. We've all had to rise above adversity along the way. Maybe you cut out people out of your life to allow new ones in, or maybe you had to cut back on or get bad habits out of your life. Maybe you just had to learn from a big mistake. Whatever you've gone through, whether it's a mental illness, a drug addiction, abusive relationship, or whatever difficult walk of life, one thing is certain: we're all truly incredible beings. We can all, for the majority, relate to each other's complex identities and struggles, and each of us have a reason for behaving the way we do, some more than others. But we're all human beings. We're not simple by any means, and we never have been. I dare you in 2007 to open yourself up completely to new thoughts and new perspectives from others. Work harder than you've ever imagined to achieve your greatest dreams and aspirations. It's also really important to maintain a balance between your work and your relaxation, your work life and your personal life. Make time to reward your hard work. Tonight, I have the privilege of sharing this with you, and I feel really good about that. I hope that all of us can go into this new year with a new mentality, a new shift, and a new focus. A mindset that galvanizes us to take action, that awakens us to appreciate ourselves and all of the blessings that we continually undervalue or often even ignore. So go out there with your pen and paper or camera or smartphone, whatever you use, whatever works for you, and write your story. No one else is going to write it for you. What will you be?